basically, um, uh, Michelle and I had been talking to Ray earlier about a month ago, and he said that Michelle was going to update the Moss Pond storefront. So I was going to go down there and take all these dimensions, but I was trying to help them keep the cost down. So what I did was I zoomed in and I counted bricks, because 3 courses of brick tall is 8 inches, so you can kind of get an idea there and of how tall things are. The other thing is that these are probably 4x8 sheets, and I know that the typical roof pitch is 4 and 12 for a building like this. So through all that data that I collected just from looking at this storefront, also knew, this is kind of cool, you can just go down the street a little bit, turn around and look back. Also knew that this door was 7 feet tall. So from all that, I got this into SketchUp, and so what I'm doing now is I'm going to try to put this, go back down here and zoom in on this and see if I can't. It looks to me like it's about half and half, but I am going to count these bricks. So let's see if I can get this little thing out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I think, let's just see what this is. I think it's in the center of this. I think there's like a 12-inch column there, and then there's like an 8-inch here, and then what would that give us? 25-1, so 12 foot 6.5. We're just going to call it 12 foot 6, and then we know that the door is let's see, that's going to be 3 foot 4, 40, 20. Right now all I'm trying to do is cut out the brick. And I know that this level comes up, I know that continues on across. So let's go back and look at the picture. Can I zoom in? Yeah, that column there is probably 12, and this one's looks like 1 brick width or length. So then what we'll do, let's see if anybody watching. 2 maybe. I'm trying to work and keep up with the comments at the same time, so if you have any questions, let me check my audio, because I forgot to have my audio turned on earlier. So if you have any questions, just put them in the comment section. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut out, that's Ray, by the way, of Moss Pond, if you didn't know. And then I'm going to come over here, come up, come over, come up, and then up. And then what we'll do is we'll just push this back, and I'm going to push it back to there, and then we'll make it glass. Well, let's see. I'm going to do this. Let me put it on the same plane as the storefront, and I'll cut the storefront out first. Let's do that. And I might be able to copy, that's what I'll do. I'm going to copy some of this if I can. What I might have to do is make it a block. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this out, and I'm going to copy this and get it out, and then, oops, I had my finger on the control. Let's see if I can just clean this up. I wonder if I got it all. Got too much, but that's easy to delete. With your eraser. Now I can go in here and just create a, what did I get? Let's do away with this brick edge right here. And we'll just make this our storefront. Maybe we can make it the same size because hopefully I'm hoping that's what they did. Because Michelle just wants to see what it would look like if we put it back in. And I'm pretty sure she told me it was, get rid of all this brick edge. That's funny, I was trying to erase something, but it was a little booger on my monitor. I was like, alright, so now what I'm going to do is make this up. See what the back looks like. Not too bad. I'm not too worried about the back right now. We're not doing any work on the inside, so I don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to make this a group. I said a block, but that's AutoCAD terminology. And what I'm going to do now, since I've got that, I'm just going to do away with this panel and then try to bring this over. Oop, I left a little booger there. So let's get this, and we'll just try to, where am I going? Over here. I'll lock the aspect or the axis by the shift with the shift key, and I'll just bring it over to this line. I don't have it on the same plane. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see if I can get. Should have just done that. So it just looks like it's a little different, which is no big deal. So because now, let's see if I got this on the same height. No, I didn't. Did I? This needs to come up. Like that. I've got some remnants. Oh, that's the edge. Yeah, I think this is going to make sense, and it's just going to be, let's see. Well, oh, that's right. I need a stoop over here. There is an old stoop there. If you look down here, but there's no ramp on it. So what I can do is just bring up the sidewalk to that. And let me check see if there's any comments. Any comments? If you got any comments, let me know. Any questions? So, if you're just now joining me, I'm trying to help Michelle Moss out at Moss Pond with a storefront. And what I did was I copied the existing building. This is what it used to look like. Well, this part. And I had some brick. I lost it, didn't I? Let's see if I've still got it. Yeah, that's cool. So it was kind of this brick on either side of this storefront, which you can see here. I go up this street a little bit, you can look. here, and we're going to change out these awnings, this siding, probably paint the brick. She was thinking about stucco, but really that just becomes, stucco is just going to crack and become a maintenance issue. So I think painting this brick will get it cleaned really good and prime it, and the paint will stick to it well. But what she wanted to see was how this might look if she opened this back up. So what I'm going to do, Ray, you need to move, boy. Ray's one of my favorite people. He's a really good gunsmith. If you've never seen any of his gunsmithing videos, the way I found out about his gunsmithing videos is that I took the SDI gunsmithing, well, I audited some of their courses, and edit group. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab that and hopefully just bring it over. And really entertaining and educational. And so now this, what would happen with this, this is a little line I put in here for some flashing coping that's going to go above these brick columns to make sure we don't get water in them, but that part will come out. And then let me edit this again. And I know I'm kind of cheating here a little bit because I'm not, well, I can still make them. In other words, these panels are a little bit bigger now than those on the outside, but I think what I'm going to do is let her look at this, and if she likes it, what we'll do is that's weird. I don't know how that happened. That's supposed to be straight up. Straight up, man. Like that. Oh, I know what happened. This front, she and I forgot what his name was. She had a fella helping her check some dimensions for me because I got them pretty close. Just counting bricks, but this part, this end of the building slopes down this way about a foot, and so I just grabbed everything. I just grabbed the whole corner, and that's why it looks weird like that. So I just need to move this back up because the storefront obviously would not be out of level. That, and then I'll put this stoop out here, concrete stoop, in just a minute. But that's kind of what it would look like if she opened it back up, and then she wants to put an awning all the way across here and replace the siding. So I actually think that even though that would probably cost her another, I don't know, $5 or $6 grand, maybe no more than 10. I don't think it would cost more than 6. Somewhere between 5, 6, 8,000 to put this back in here, because I think she said the storefront's still there. But when you do something like this and you build this brick, you know, the easy part, zooming in and out quickly. The easy part is tearing this out. You know, you can go out there with a couple of kids with sledgehammers and break this out in probably a couple of hours, but because it'll just, once you get it, it's just a single width brick. You can just pull it off basically. You can probably get at the top of the sledge or a crowbar, pry off the whole thing and let it fall. I've actually done that before when we're tearing down a couple of houses, but we want to leave this lower part here obviously, so trying to, you know, there'll be a little bit of nitpicky demolition in here, trying to keep this clean. But how we do that, how we'll take care of that is we'll put a new coping. We'll have a new flashing here coming out from underneath this storefront over the top of the brick, and that will help hide any junk that's left over. And then up here, what I'm going to do is we'll have the same kind of deal where the batten strip's coming down. I could go ahead and just make this a group, and then and why did that not make a group? Well, anyway, it would come down kind of like this. I really didn't want that sticking to my brick. Let's see if I can make it a group now. I think because it was part of that texture or that facade, that face, it didn't want to create a group for me, but we'll try this. See if this works. Yeah, now I can do it. Because what I want to do, is come down about an inch, maybe not that far, maybe a ½ inch, and then go across, come back up, and that'll be, 1/16. It won't be that thick, but that's usually about how I show it. And then this will come down. Getting into a little bit too much detail for this early in the project, but let's just go up and then we'll, meant to do that to come down like that and cut that off. And that would come. Why is it acting weird? Let's do this. We'll draw this across. Anyway, I'm going to mess with this later. Anyway, the point is I'm going to make a little coping to go on top, but it'll come out, and so this piece, this would come down, and this is not proper, but I'm just going to stretch it down to there to get rid of that line. I got my field of view set funny. So this is, I don't need to be getting into that much detail right now, but because if she decides she just wants to do, just this and the awning, then I'll have to change it all. So what I'm going to do is I'll send her just some, let me go see if there's any comments. Any comments? Oh, hey, Bobby. How you doing, man? Yeah, long time. No see. Good Lord. Are you still homesteading? I don't really need this window, do I? Gotta get rid of some of these views. So I'm going to send her this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to rough out the awning. Let's see. What I also have this neat extension that will do siding. And let's see. It's from this guy named Valley. His company's name is Valley Architects, and he developed this extension to put cladding on really easily, and this other stuff he's done, and wall cladding. yeah, so I set up these batten strips that are easily, I was going to put them on 2-foot centers this time. And then I was going to delete. I'll show you why. Let's say no corners. I've already made the corners, so I don't need that. Just make corners. No. All right, then once you get your parameters set, you just hit run and see. Isn't that cool? Now, why does it keep? The reason I put them on 2-foot centers is because it keeps doing this. It leaves it out on the end. I don't know why it's doing that. It ran it all the way to this end because I was playing with this earlier. So that's not really helping, is it? So let me go back, and I'm going to put them on 4. They're really only going to be on 4-foot centers, but I was hoping it would stretch them. It would make it go closer to the corner if I chose 2-foot centers. So what I'm going to do now is just go back and put it back on 4-foot centers, and then I'll just copy one. See, it's odd. I need to send him an email about this. It should have run them all the way to within 4 foot. See, I made this corner. This is a corner I made, and then it installed these. The reason this is handy is because I don't have to draw all these battens that go up with these slopes and stuff. But what I can do is go in and edit or copy one of them. It creates a group out of the battens or whatever it draws. So what I can do is just go copy one. I'm actually going to make that a group. And then I'm going to copy it. Let's see. I'm just going to bring it over 4 feet. Yeah, see, I don't know why. There's no problem with this. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that coming close to the corner like that. So now what I can do is just, since I made it a group, I can just double click on it and take the top and run it down here. And then get under here where I can look at it. And then take it back up. Lock my axis like that. So, but having to mess with that one batten strip obviously was a lot easier still. Because what I'm going to suggest is that well, we're going to change it to 4x9 or 4x10, whatever, smooth hardy siding, and then the hardy has these 2.5-inch wide batten strips you would put over the joints. And so that means if we came up, let's see where 8 foot hits. I actually meant to not have them come that close. I was going to put some flashing up there. Let's see where 8 foot. Wow, 8 foot would be basically right there. And then would 8 feet go again? No, okay, so I need to put a 9 foot. Yeah, we need to put a 9 foot. So let's go, because see, 8 foot would leave me right around there somewhere. It wouldn't go all the way up. So what I'm going to do is go up another 12 inches. That's basically where it is now. If you go back and look at the picture, you see here, it's basically a little above the center, that horizontal piece right there. So we'll get rid of this one. Now what I'm going to do is just suggest that we use a very thin Z flashing there. Then that's just going to look like a line across there behind the battens like that, and it'll kind of go away after you paint it. Because what I want these battens to look like they go all the way up. I think that looks better than, I don't know. You can tell me in the comments what you think. I don't know. I guess it depends. Well, what kind of style you like. Whether you want the battens interrupted with this thing. But oops. Yeah, I'm still broadcasting. Bobby's solar homestead. A buddy, 11-year-old kid, her first, that's first, what? First SOE with that shotgun I won from you. A buddy, 11-year-old kid. Maybe you mean a buddy's 11-year-old kid, her first SOE. Or is that doe? A deer? A female deer? Oh, doe, I got you. That's cool. That's awesome. Sorry, I was having trouble. For some reason, my eyes are watering a little bit, and it was creating a blurry there. I couldn't read the comment very well. But let me go back to this. So, let me see if I can show you what that is. I'm just going to type in Z flashing here, and maybe I can show you how it works. Let's see. Well, it's something like this. You can see it would this part would go up behind the siding, and then it would come out and go over. But that little lip there is only like 3/8 of an inch. So in a drawing, by the time, oops, I got the delete thing. I better be careful. In a drawing, by the time you print this single line, it'll look that thick. But it's behind, it's behind the battens. So you'll get that kind of effect there. So I think she's gonna like that. I think what she wants to do is I need to go look at awnings. Let's do that. Commercial awnings. Got the images. I think what she wants to be able to do is have an awning that has the ability to have print on it like that, and then just with a slight slope like that. So let's go back. Maybe let's check out oh, you're on your cell phone. Yeah, I know. I can't. My fat fingers. I can't type on a cell phone. Let's go to the 3D warehouse. This is kind of cool. You can see this is where I got that brick pattern texture. But if I just type in awning, let's see what kind of awnings we get. Let's make this bigger. Just for the sake of discussion, I'm probably going to pick something generic looking, and because this is kind of a schematic. When you're doing these kind of rough first stabs at stuff, you don't want to spend a lot of time, with a lot of detail, because your customer is going to change their mind, which I invite them to change their mind a few times. So what you're trying to do is just hone in on something and not be too detailed at first. You just want to get the general form and functions. They have these kind of rounded ones now, but I think she wants to go to more of a well, it's going to be straight across that storefront. Let's just pick one here. I kind of like these, but it doesn't have that little riser, that little space in the front you could put lettering on. This one does, doesn't it? Awning. I don't like that in style. That's hokey. That's not real. People don't do that. I don't like drawing things that aren't real. It would basically be this type of awning, but it wouldn't. I don't think it'll have stripes on it. So I wonder if anybody's just made a plain awning. Here's another type she was looking at. Just this flat style, because she was talking about putting lighting underneath there. So what I may have to do is just do several different versions. I'm thinking about just taking this one and just showing it. But I would like to get some of these textures, some of these come on, SketchUp. Don't let me down. Don't bring me down. Bring me a good awning. I don't know why they don't have any of these simple ones with just a little flap on the front you could put text on. Awning. There's a bunch of them. This is the nice thing about SketchUp. Here's something. That's weird. Why do people have to do weird stuff? Why can't you just keep it simple? That's the key to design, okay? I hate to tell you all that, but especially in commercial architecture, you really need to just try to keep it simple. I'm trying to get down to where I was before. That's it, so I must be close, yeah. So what I think I'm going to do is, I mean, it's kind of neat that people are uploading stuff, and that's cool, but I would just I'm just going to draw one. So basically, I'm just going to draw the shape up here. Let's see, I need to be on an edge. So I'm going to come out. Yes.
It's been 30 minutes.
All right. Let me draw this awning and then I'll be ready. You want to just take the truck?
No, because I can't control her in your truck. That's why.
Just let her run around.
Tony.
All right.
I need help.
Okay, I'm coming, darling. Dang it. I shall return. Part 2 of the schematic design.